Hi, guys, welcome back again. And as promised, I'm going to continue on the topic. Basically, we started on the topic of discipline, and now we're going to refine it a little bit more. So, we're going to go into the process of making decisions. In other words, a big part of this is something called decision fatigue that I want you guys to really consider. And we're going to address this now. So, basically, what decision fatigue is, it's exactly what the name says. Um, it is fatigue. You are just simply too tired to make decisions anymore. So I don't know if this sounds familiar. At the end of the day, when you can't decide what to eat, or when your husband asks you, it's usually when your husband or your significant other asks you, uh, okay, but what do you want to eat? And you cannot answer them, and you say, no, it doesn't matter, I don't know. And if they give you suggestions, you tell them they're wrong. It's the wrong suggestion. You do not want to go to Spur. You do not want to go to, I don't know, cappuccinos, but you also can't give a suggestion. So those are examples of decision fatigue. And it can actually be a big, big problem in our lives if we don't address it. Because it causes inability to make decisions, or it leads to poor decision making. And that not only has an impact, direct impact on our physical health, it has an impact on our mental health, our mental clarity, and it just goes so much bigger and further. So let's talk about this today. It also results in I don't know if you're one of those people, if you're a crafty person, you end up with hundreds of crafts that are halfway done, or you start a project and you can't finish. It's yeah, if I list the symptoms of decision fatigue, it usually feels like a Tuesday afternoon for me, like regular Tuesday afternoon. But let's unpack this and see how we can make life easier for ourselves. So, the big thing how to combat decision fatigue is to take decisions out of it. In other words, we plan. If you plan properly, you can avoid a lot of nitty gritty decisions. Because, ladies, think of your decisions as every day you wake up and you've got a little decision tank that's full when you start the day. And with every single decision that you make, you take a little bit out and a little bit out, and it starts to empty. And by the end of the day, you are running on fumes because of all of the necessary and unnecessary decisions you had to make. It's always a nice example for me. When you walk into the supermarket, I remember when I was a kid, if we had to go buy cereal, which didn't happen a lot for us, if we had to go buy cereal, you'd stand in front of the display, and you'd have to choose between, I think, maybe six at most different cereals, and how difficult that was for me because everything looked good. But then I walk into the cereal aisle now, and it's the entire aisle. It's the whole shop. So how difficult must that be? Um, I mean, honestly, how many different types of Rice Krispies do you need? That's the type of decisions we can avoid by planning. It's unnecessary decisions, and it really tires you out, and it takes away capacity, which means it takes away from your family life. It takes away from your relationships. So let's talk about this. How do we take decisions out of things? We plan. So, ladies, yes, this does include meal planning. We plan what we're going to eat, when we're going to eat. We plan beforehand and we prepare. So, if you do meal prep, you know you don't have to worry about dinner or lunch, and you can actually prep breakfast as well. So, even if you just do it for the weekdays, especially if you have kids, it makes things a lot easier. And it's not bad. It doesn't have to be, everyone thinks if you do meal prep, it has to be like bodybuilder food. It doesn't have to be boiled chicken breast and broccoli. If I promise you, if it's that, I'm not going to eat it the whole time. So if you go online, there's a lot of resources about meal prep and healthy meal prep and how to get started, what you're going to need. So let's start off with prepping our meals. Other decisions we can avoid. It's going to sound silly, but make sure you have less clothes in your closet, because then you don't have to make as many decisions. Guys like Mark Zuckerberg, I know he's a controversial guy, but he basically wears the same thing every day because of decision fatigue. It's one less decision that he has to make. So simplify things at home, or decide the night before what you're going to wear tomorrow. That's a decision you can take out of your life. Another thing that we're often blind to is clutter, and the problem clutter causes. So when you have a lot of clutter around you, we often become blind for the clutter. But even if you don't actively pick it up, your brain has to decide not to pick it up. It's difficult to find things, which makes it difficult to make decisions. So declutter, get your house in order. Guys, this is basic principles. If we minimize decisions and we optimize what we do, we're going to make our lives a whole lot easier. So I'm wondering, where do you think you can make a plan to make less decisions in a day, where you can plan your day better? Let me know. And guys, remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made.